Guys, Coach is where it's at if you're looking for a top quality handbag made out of beautiful leather with great craftsmanship. And if you love Chanel's designs but don't quite have a Chanel budget, look no further than Coach, because today I'm going to show you 5 of Coach's bags, which are great alternatives to some of Chanel's most trendiest styles. And I'll tell you how much money you'll be saving by buying Coach instead of Chanel. So the bags that I'm showing today are going to be great alternatives for popular Chanel styles, such as the rectangular mini flap, the heart bag, the Duma backpack, the Trendy CC, I think its proper name is called the flat bag with top handle, and the small Vanity with top handle and chain. And in today's video, we'll be comparing price, mod shots of the bag, pictures of the bag side by side, and dimensions of the bag. So let's start off with the Chanel rectangular mini flap, and we're going to be comparing this to Coach's uber popular Tabby shoulder bag with the quilting in the 20 size. Gosh, everyone unboxes one of these every single day on my feed. There's so many different colors, so many different materials. We've got the denim ones, we've got the leather ones, and there's all these different types of tabby as well. We are all going tabby crazy, and I think I know why. It's a fabulous bag at a fabulous price point. So the latest price for the Chanel rectangular mini is $5,200 US for this bag, brand new in store, versus $395 for the Coach Tabby 20. So that's a savings of over $4,800 or over 92% off. So here are the mod shots. So you can see both of them are very similar in the mod shots. The vibe is very comparable. But the major benefit of the Coach Tabby is that chain can be doubled up. So not only can you wear it as a long bag, but you can also double it up as a short shoulder bag. But the Chanel mini rectangular does not have that function, unless you hack it yourself, maybe using ribbons or clips or tucking that strap under the flap like what's in the mod shot here, but you do have to hack it yourself. So here are pictures of the bag side by side. This is both of them from the front. So they both have a front flap and they have their respective logo hardwares on the front. The Coach, you also get a leather swing tag, and they do have different quilting patterns. This is them from the back. So both have a back pocket. But the Coach back pocket is longer and it looks more spacious and practical compared to the Mona Lisa smile shaped one on the Chanel. Here is the interior view. So the Coach bag is divided into 2 compartments, whereas the Chanel rectangular mini is one main compartment. You do get a slip pocket as well. So that might actually make the Chanel capacity better because you can fit bigger things in because it doesn't have that middle divider. So the Chanel might be better in that respect. So here are the dimensions of both bags. I have the numbers on the screen. But just to summarize, both bags are equal in length, 20 centimeters, but the Chanel bag is a smidge bigger in terms of height and depth, but the Coach does have a slightly long shoulder strap drop. So what do you think of the Coach Tabby versus the Chanel so far? For me, I think the Coach Tabby is a very, very appropriate alternative. The price point is so much more reasonable, so much more realistic, and they serve the same function, the same use case. I mean, there's a reason why this bag's gone viral. There's a reason why everyone and their mum and sister are unboxing a different Tabby every day, because it is a fantastic bag. As I said, the Chanel might win in terms of capacity because it doesn't have that middle divider, so you can fit things in there better. But I think overall, for 15 times the price, I don't think it's 15 times better as a bag. So for me, the Coach is a clear winner here. Tell me, what do you think? Are you team Coach Tabby or are you team Chanel rectangular mini? The Chanel Heart Crossbody bag. So this is a 2022 version. So now you can only get this bag on the pre-love market, and we'll be comparing this to the Coach Heart Crossbody bag with quilting. So on the pre-love market, this is averaging at about $5,000 US for the Chanel versus $350 US for the Coach bag. And who knows, you probably just get it on sale and it'll be even cheaper than that as well. So that's a savings of over $4,600 or 93%. Like, this is 14 times the price of the Coach. 14 times the price. Okay, so let's have a look at the mod shots. So both bags again have a very similar vibe, very comparable. So the Coach, you can see, is a touch more casual because it has a leather strap versus the Chanel, which has an interwoven chain strap. So it makes the Chanel bag look a little bit more dainty. Another major benefit of the Coach heart bag is that strap is both adjustable and removable, whereas the Chanel one is neither. So here's pictures of both bags side by side from the front. So the Chanel bag does have a flap, which is very cute and also functional. The Coach doesn't. The Coach, you do get a leather swing tag, and there's obviously a different pattern for the quilting there. Here's the view of the back. So only the Chanel has a back pocket. The Coach does not. And here is their interior view. They both seem to only have one compartment. It's not very clear from these pictures. And the Chanel, I think also I can see a slip pocket there. I'm not entirely certain. I can't see any in that Coach bag. Now I've got the dimensions here on the screen, but to summarize, both bags are the same length, 18 centimeters. But the Chanel is a bit more deeper, whereas the Coach is a smidge taller and has a touch longer strap drop. So guys, what do you think of this Chanel heart bag versus the Coach heart bag? For me, the heart bag is a novelty bag. It's not a bag that I would use every day, kind of just like a fun bag that you would bring out here and there. And so for me, investing $5,000 into a novelty bag, it just doesn't seem worth it. I would say that Chanel one is definitely cuter or more prettier than the Coach one. It's got more elements in it. It just makes it quintessential Chanel. However, for that price, 14 times more expensive for a novelty heart bag, it's just not worth it to invest that much money for me. For my collection, something that's novelty, I need a much lower price point because I might not even like it in a year or two. Who knows? It's just for the fun of it. So let me know what your opinion is. Do you agree, or do you think, no, it's actually for that heart bag worth it to spend $5,000? Let me know. The Chanel Duma backpack, and we'll be comparing this to the Coach Tabby quilted backpack. So this Chanel Duma backpack is actually the 2023 edition. So unless you're very lucky and you can find some old stock in store, you're probably going to have to get it from the pre-love market. And we're looking at an average price of $8,000. And that's versus $495 for the Coach backpack. So that's a savings of over $7,500 or 93% off. This Chanel is over 16 times the price of the Coach backpack. Look at them side by side. Here it is in the mod shots. So you can see these have a very, very similar vibe. They're definitely very comparable. They would fit the same use case. So here are pictures of the bag from the front. So the Coach, you do get a leather swing tag and there is a clear different pattern for the quilting. So this is both bags from the back. Both bags have straps which are made from mixed interwoven chain and also full leather, and both are adjustable. And this is the interior view. They both seem to have one compartment, and I think I can see a slip pocket in both of them, but it's not too clear in these photos. Now here are the dimensions on the screen, but just to summarize, the Coach bag is a smidge longer and a smidge deeper, and the strap is a tiny bit longer as well. But the Chanel is a bit taller, but it is a bit smaller everywhere else. So guys, tell me what you think of this backpack comparison. I actually love the Chanel vintage Dumas. Those only have one pocket at the front, not the two. And I like that old school lambskin with that gold hardware. But not even that one, not for $8,000. For a backpack, like that's not going to be my daily bag. Because if I wanted to use a backpack for a practical need, it's not going to be that one. It's going to be one that has a zipper instead of like a drawstring, and one that's going to be a bit more hard wearing than that sort of leather. So that is going to fit into my collection more of a novelty bag or more of a fashion bag, and not into like a practical backpack bag, because for that I'd probably use like a real sturdy proper backpack. So this is currently the only designer backpack I have in my collection, and this is a vintage Louis Vuitton Mabillon backpack made from epi leather, which is very hard wearing, as you guys know. And it took me after 5 years of collecting designer handbags before I finally settled on a designer backpack, because number one, it just didn't have that much of a use case for my collection. And when I finally pulled the trigger, it was because I was having so much neck and shoulder pain that I couldn't wear my crossbody bags anymore. So this was like a medical necessity. Well, that's what I tell myself anyway. So for me, really, I need something that can handle these sort of scratches for a designer backpack, not one that's going to be too delicate. And for this one, I only paid about 400-ish something US dollars, worked out to be about 600 Australian dollars altogether. Compare that to the Chanel. Big price difference. So for me, the Coach is a clear winner, or as we say in Australia, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Now this is the Chanel Trendy CC in the small size. I think the proper name of the Trendy CC is the flap with top handle. Now I actually really love this bag. I've seen it in real life. It is so gorgeous. It's just like quintessential Chanel for me. But did you know that the current price of this bag, brand new in store, is $7,100 US dollars for the small one? That is a whole lot of money for a bag. Now this, my alternative from Coach, is called the Sammy top handle in the size 21. So it's $7,100 versus $450. That's over a savings of $6,600 or 94%. The Chanel is literally 15 times the price of this Coach bag. That is a huge difference. Okay, so here are the mod shots. I would say in the mod shots, you can tell the Chanel bag does have more of a feminine vibe. It's got rounder corners. It's got that beautiful quilting. And the shape is just, it's very Chanel. I have to say, I really love this bag. Now, one thing you can notice is the top handle of both bags are different. So the Coach top handle can sort of fold down, whereas the Chanel top handle is fixed in that upright position. There's also a difference in the straps. So the Coach has a full leather strap, which is both adjustable and removable, whereas the Chanel is not. Now here are pictures of the bag side by side from the front. So the Coach, just like all the other Coach bags, you get a leather swing tag. And the Chanel has this gorgeous, gorgeous metal plate that says Chanel along the top. That is one of my favorite features of the Trendy CC. And there is a clear difference in the quilting. So here is the back of both bags. Now they both have back pockets. The Coach, the back pocket extends the whole length of the bag. And I think this is just a much more practical and user-friendly design versus the Mona Lisa small pocket at the back of Chanel bags. So you can see that strap is different. We've got the full leather on the Coach, whereas on the Chanel, it's interwoven chain, but at the top, it's full leather. Now here's the interior view. So the Coach has one main compartment and is a front slip pocket, whereas the Chanel Trendy is compartmentalized. So there's two main compartments, and on the front compartment, you've also got that lipstick holder and two front slip pockets. So that might make the Coach better in terms of capacity because you can fit bigger things in, whereas the Chanel has that divider and could be blocking bigger things from fitting in there. So here are the dimensions on the screen, but just to summarize, the Chanel bag is bigger overall. So what do you guys think of this Trendy CC versus the Sammy top handle? As I said, I really love the Trendy CC. I think it is such a gorgeous, gorgeous bag. Oh, it is one of my dream Chanel bags, but I had ended up letting go of that dream a long time ago because the price just kept going up and up and up. And I thought it's just not worth it. But you just cannot deny the beauty of the Trendy CC, even though I think it's not worth it. So for me, the Sammy top handle is a winner here. It is not as close to the design as some of the other comparisons we've looked at, but if you want something that's a top handle, that has a flap, bit of that trapezoidal shape, then definitely this fits the bill. I mean, especially for that price difference, come on. So tell me, do you guys agree or disagree if this is a good comparison or not? What do you think? Who do you vote as the winner? This is the Chanel top handle Vanity with the chain in the small size. So the pre-love price for this is $4,000, and we're going to be comparing it to the Coach Trails crossbody bag in the 17 size. And that's $325. So that's a savings of over $3,600 or 92% off. The Chanel version is over 12 times the price of this Coach version. These numbers are astronomical. And don't forget, you can get these Coach bags on sale at certain times of the year, so the difference is probably even bigger than that, really. So here are the mod shots. So they both have a very similar vibe. Like the Chanel one, I would say does look more dainty. And the proportion of the Chanel one also looks better in the mod shots. So one main difference I can see is the type of strap. So the Coach has a full metal chain strap, whereas the Chanel has the interwoven chain strap. So here are pictures of the bag side by side. So you can see both bags have different proportions of the length to the height. The Coach also has a longer top handle, and you do get a leather swing tag, and where the bag strap attaches to the bag is also in different locations. So on the Coach, it attaches to the side of the bag, whereas on the Chanel, it attaches to where the top handle is on the top flap, and they have different types of quilting patterns. So here's pictures of the back of the bag. So the Coach one comes with like a back card slot, and there's nothing on the Chanel at all. This is the interior view. The Coach looks like it's just one main compartment, no slip pockets or anything, whereas the Chanel looks like it's one main compartment and has a lipstick holder and some card slots. So there's a little bit more going on in the Chanel there. I have the dimensions on the screen here for you, but just to summarize, that Coach is a bit longer and a bit wider, whereas the Chanel is a bit taller and a smidge longer strap job. So tell me, what do you guys think of this Chanel Vanity with the top handle and the chain versus the Coach Trail crossbody in 17 size? So they're not the same proportions, you can see, but again, I would consider a Vanity to be like a more novelty shape for my collection. That wouldn't really be an everyday bag because I just don't think that that sort of shape I would find convenient to use every day, and that is a really like small size as well. So again, just like what I said about the other sort of novelty bags like the heart-shaped bag, it is just not worth it for me to be investing that many, like $4,000 into a bag that I'm only going to be using sometimes and I wouldn't consider an everyday bag. So definitely for that price difference, if I wanted a fun vanity Coach would definitely be more the way to go for me. So tell me guys, what did you think overall of these 5 handbag comparisons between Coach bags and Chanel bags? And what do you think about the price differences? And what about your quality differences too? I don't really hear as many complaints about Coach as I do about Chanel. Not that Coach is complaint free, but I think for the price that the Coach customers are paying, they're going to complain less for what they're getting as opposed to the Chanel customers. I feel like the Chanel customers are getting hard done by at the moment. So for me, all the way, Coach was the clear winner. Let me know what your opinion was. Now, if you guys haven't already seen, I actually did a comparison between Louis Vuitton's newest release, the Pochette Accessoires, but in the new extra large size in the men's collection, and I compare it to the regular size here. And if you haven't already seen my luxury birthday unboxings, I'm going to leave them here.